even more difficult if you're still younger.
Yeah, geez, I feel like you could just say over the past month that your character has experienced. Like, what would you say to yourself a month ago before the adventure started?
That's probably what.
Don't take Kit with you to. Don't take Kit with you to the bathhouse. Lock up if necessary.
Yeah, I feel like for all the characters that have died, it's just don't go to Ashima. Like, don't take that damn job.
Don't steal for the dead.
Don't get involved with that group that you met in that damn cave.
Yes, she would tell herself to keep going no matter how hard it gets, because it'll always get better, even if it seems like it won't. And that sometimes you need to distance yourself from your emotions, and it's hard at first, but she'll get the hang of it. But mostly just to keep going and that everything will eventually turn out all right. Life has its ups and downs, and you just have to run with them.
And Jerry's swearing off religion. That's... yeah, like everyone's definitely learned different lessons throughout this campaign.
It's an interesting question, though.
Oh, I know exactly who Jerry he wants.
I'm nearly ready.
Cool beans.
Would someone else mind controlling the music this time? Because now with this bot, you got to play it song by song and juggling quite a few things.
Yeah, it was also annoying because I discovered like, oh, they released the music track for the Moon Warrior, and I was like, could have used that.
Question: what is the command for it?
It's the same. It's exclamation point play, but yeah, don't try and line things up. It doesn't seem to like playlists.
Okay.
Though I'm thinking we should actually switch this bot out for the pro bot that I've been using on other servers. It seems to work better than this one.
Yeah, this will work. Oh, why aren't you playing?
Quiet for a music bot.
Hmm.
Said it's very quiet for a music bot.
Yeah, for some reason
Yes,
it says no results found. Let me try this. Aha! Outsmarted the bot.
Aha. Okay. Perfect. So let's see. Yeah. So it has been a while. Welcome back, everybody. And we shall jump right back into things. as last time, let's see, I've got a recap here. There. It's just formatted weirdly, so give me one more second so I can actually read this shit. How long has it actually been since we played this campaign last?
3 weeks about that time. I think, or maybe actually a month. I think.
Well, then last time we'll take it from when you guys arrived at the Alfolk Observatory and you passed through the grass fields untroubled by the owlbears that were standing guard around the tower. It seemed that the creatures so often feared by common folk had no interest in picking a fight with the new arrivals. And there was an Alfolk monk standing at the base of the tall mountain that looked to have been turned into some kind of a tower of trials. And to reach the top, he explained, you would have to solve a series of puzzles. Only then could you face the Grand Master. Suspicious of the owl's tone, the party made their way inside the tower, and after befriending one of the owlbears of side, of course. Oh, sorry. It feels like it's been a long time since I DM'd as well. But you were soon faced with a myriad of trials to test your mental fortitude, which you passed with flying colors. And when you eventually did make your way through these trials, flying through the clouds up above the mountain, you saw the Alfolk Grandmaster and his apprentice busy fighting off a swarm of Aarakocra inside a raging storm. The leader of the bird folk was some kind of a tiger-striped tabaxi with wings sprouting from his arms, and he seemed to be winning the fight. So naturally, you all jumped into action and defeated the Aarakocra with ease before finally sending the tiger over the cliff's edge to claim your victory. The Alfolk thanked you for your bravery, explaining that the attacker was after certain elemental artifacts, and strangely one in particular that Sakura was already carrying. The tiger's name was Taira Tsuneo, an elemental hunter, just like Anaki. Realizing what you guys had come for, the Grandmaster welcomed you into his observatory and challenged you all to a game of chess, the final trial to earn your air rings. However, you would all be facing him at the same time. June was first to claim her victory, making clever use of his split attention, and next Jerry defeated him with precision and purpose, an unfaltering foe. Australia was not so lucky, but made an impressive attempt to charm her opponent and make him surrender. The Grandmaster was almost caught off guard, but used his legendary wisdom and years of experience to prevent his defeat and eventually win the game. Meanwhile, Sakura was locked in a close match, but slipped up just before she could defeat the old owl. And thankfully, with a bit of cheeky time manipulation, she was able to correct her error and win the deciding game, thus earning all of our heroes their air rings at long last. And now we rejoin you as the storm outside begins to clear and the suns proceed to set. As you are gathered in the Alfolk Observatory, what would you all like to do?
Well then, job done. Shall we get going to get our last two rings, I believe?
The Grand Master will, after finishing this chess game, walk over to Australia and just say, I'm sorry to have defeated you like that, but that trick you pulled with the charm was definitely something that ordinarily would have gotten you the win, but quite frankly, with the friends you've brought, I couldn't let you get away with it that easy. Well done, everyone. If you would like to stay the night here, you are more than welcome to. I know it is getting a little late, and it seems the storm is clearing, so we might be able to get a good view of the stars and perhaps the shattered moon, if you would be so interested.
I'm up for some stargazing. It's been a while since we've had time to just relax and lay back.
Sakura nods in agreement.
He will say, "Oh, wonderful! Then, please join us outside if you'd like to sit out amongst the stars, or anyone that would like to stay here. I'm sure the little ones will help you work the telescope, and you'll see the owl folk that was sort of helping you around come hop over onto the table next to you. He seems smaller than he actually was outside, but at the moment he is standing next to you on the table and just sort of getting ready to help anyone that wants to use this massive telescope. But the Grand Master will start making his way down the stairs and heading out towards the door.
Yeah, I'll follow right behind. How much? I'll look to the group as we're walking. How much time do we have until we need that last ring?
I mean, at the moment, Sakura is kind of looking through the telescope. Oh wait, are we going to the telescope?
No, you're currently. I think that was the last thing you actually did last time. You're currently standing right underneath it. So yeah, the Alpha folk is busy helping you look, and you're just starting to get it in focus as the clouds are clearing, and you can see the stars starting to shine through. But yeah, is anyone answering June's question?
She's gonna use Keen Mind to take a mental photo. She can remember exactly what happened within last month, so she's just using her great memory to take a mental photo of the great stars to last forever in her mind. So after spending a while watching, she'll follow. And it is the 27th. We technically have 4 days, but it would be better to get it done before the 31st, as that's when the Spring Festival is. So technically 3.
So we are not as short on time as I thought we were.
Yes, but today is practically over. So more like 2.
Can I just ask, does anyone remember if the date is actually right? Because I know we had some hookups with the time there, and I also feel like it was closer.
I can tell you that the day name isn't correct, because the 27th is Stra Day, but that is because I think there's a setting where you need to set the dates to basically make it correct. But else it is correct, because the 26th was I think that was repeated like 3 times.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's weird. Why is it? Something must have reset somewhere along the line. It keeps doing that. I've fixed it so many times. Anyway, okay, that should fix it. All right. So it's meant to be draw day, right?
Yep, according to the calendar on World Anvil, which was the one I used to set it up.
That's the official. So cool. So yeah, it is back, but it is still the 27th, and so yeah, you've got a couple more days, but you also know. Yeah, I mean, having what you just looked at there, Sakura, through the telescope. I mean, this is something that you could easily spend all evening trying to actually locate a star. You just sort of took a glance through it. So there are many constellations, and as you guys head outside, let me show you. Make sure I load the right one. One sec. The master is heading outside, and this is what he's needing you all to see. As we move over on the map, and my machine is having some trouble. Right.
Pretty.
My Chrome just crashed completely. Okay, that's annoying. I'm gonna have to load back into the maps, but yeah, what you guys can see there when the map loads, you will be able to see some of the constellations there as the Alpha Master will take you outside and start pointing some things out. Yeah, is there anything in particular anyone wants to do here, or any questions maybe you have from him for him? If you want to hear any of the stories, you can.
Can Sakura take out her spell book? It's a pretty thick book, and sort of like turn to the back and draw some of these constellations there. She doesn't know where else to draw them. So she just wants to sort of copy them down into a spell book, making a bit of a star chart.
Yeah, one of the Alpha will hand you a small star chart to sort of copy off of. They've got loads of books and things in here that it seems like that's what these Alpha are researching. And right now, they all seem to be their main. I mean, there are papers scattered all over the place because their main research seems to be about what the fuck happened to the moon, which you can now all see clearly just shattered in the sky. It looks like a big sort of chunk missing from it. And yeah, you can definitely copy those things over. Just give me an Arcana check to see how accurately you can copy these. Arcana or Survival, but I think if you're copying the notes, it'll be Arcana.
15?
Yeah, that'll be enough. You feel like you've pretty accurately gotten it down. It's pretty scrappy what you've got there, and you don't have labels for everything, but you've definitely got basic images of how many stars are in each constellation and the basic shapes. This you would be able to use this as a very rudimentary star chart to identify constellation.
I shall work on perfecting it another time.
Yeah, June will look up, noticing the moon partially blown up. She'll look at one of the birds and say, "Hey, Kusotori, why has the moon always done that? Is that like a thing that happens here often?"
No, this is rather worrying, in fact. We're not entirely sure what happened, but just last night it seems to have shattered. The consequences could be, well, it could be catastrophic. We don't quite understand yet, but soon we will have figured it out. You wouldn't happen to know anything about it, would you?
No, I've
Wait
only
a
really
second.
looked up to the sky now.
I have a question. There's 3 moons. This one. Which one could it be of the 3? Is it the dark moon?
No, well, that is interesting that you say that, because one of the other moons just went dimmer a few weeks ago. It was a very strange phenomenon, and now this. I'm very worried about what may be lurking out there in the void. But it seems like Ruas is the only moon still standing. The others, well, I mean, in that it is still as it was a few weeks ago.
Interesting. So,
So,
what the people of Kiga has to of stories about the creation of these constellations?
well, there are many constellations here in Kiga, many related to the Kami. Some have different meanings, but like this, you see that bears the sign of. You see, there are 14 stars, and that is the shape of the salmon. You can usually see that just above the southeastern horizon, just before the spring equinox, like now. And in ancient society, they said that that was the representation of the god of tricks, which is how it received its name. And though in astrology it bears the sign of the tiger, those born under it are believed to be very trustworthy. Now she says that Z picks up looking at the stars, and she just says, "Hey, Sakura, didn't you say it was your birthday coming up?"
She nods and says it's indeed, it's actually 4 days away, the 31st of Sessek, which is the day of the spring festival. Fitting for being named Sakura. Maybe that's why my dad named me that. Or maybe it's just because he really likes trees.
She sort of nods, and you can see she's sort of scheming as she's nodding, and then she looks over at June, and she just sorts to slowly sort of make her way over to June.
Yeah, June is currently just looking up into the sky right now.
She'll kind of sidle up June and say, "Hey, so I was thinking we should probably try and get something for Sakura's birthday. You know, we're not that far from Kunasa, and I've heard they've got some amazing markets. You know, I think it's been a tough year for her so far. Maybe we should do something nice."
Yeah, she'll have a quick look over to see if anybody's listening.
Yeah, the rest
Hopefully
of you
not.
can give me a perception check if you are trying to overhear this conversation.
I think Sakura is probably too sort of enthralled by the stars at this point.
Yeah, I'll check to see if I can see anybody listening.
Yeah, you can also give me a perception. Sorry, my maps are just loading back in, so be within a sec. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So, yeah, the Alpha are sort of showing you around and explaining some of these constellations to you as you all look out over the stars. Was no one able to actually move their tokens until I got back in?
I can move them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, as everyone's standing around, what is Jerry doing if he's not interested in the conversation? Okay, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of space here if you wanted to sort of go and stand somewhere away from the group. It seems like they're all pretty actively standing there stargazing together.
Yeah.
Oh, and yes, it is Liu that was destroyed. Izuru was the one that you guys found out to actually be the Mind Flare citadel that you came from. But Ruas is still as it was, and that is the biggest one. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he'll just wait. He's not going to do a conversation now.
Okay. So, June, uh, yeah, what were you? It doesn't seem like anyone's listening in on the conversation. So, what do you want to say?
Yeah, while I'm checking the. Well, I mean, it's not too far out of the way. I have no idea what to get her though. You have an idea?
She looks over at the amount of weapons that Sakura is holding and says, I don't know, bag of holding maybe? It's a lot of stuff for such a small girl, and if there's people hunting after those artifacts that she's carrying around, maybe it's best not to keep them out in the open. But I don't know, Kanasa could have all sorts of cool things. Unless you
I
just want to wait
suppose.
to try and get something at the festival when we get there. I suppose we could do that too. Stopping in Kanasa might be a bit of an extra step.
Let's see. How far away is Kanasa from here?
Not far at all. You can see it from where you are, actually. If you give me a perception check or a survival check, your choice.
Perception, definitely.
Yeah, so, wow. Okay, so a 30 makes total sense because where you are standing at the observatory, and you and Z can you can walk over to the other side as you're trying to have a more private conversation. And as you are standing over here, you can see, looking out that way, is you can see Kunasa on the coastline. You can see Uchibito Bay out in front of you, and the coastline that runs quite a little ways away from this tower, but the main road leads to the closest town, which is Kunasa, and you can just see this happy looking little harbor town. It doesn't look all that fancy or doesn't look walled or anything, but clearly a popular harbor around here, and you will both be able to see it clearly from up here.
Can I get a approximate distance by chance?
Let me... 1 second. I can actually measure it. But yeah, with a 30, you would be able to... Yeah, it's about 10 miles at most along the road. But from where you are now, you know that your ship is probably another like 5-10 miles away in the opposite direction from where you came.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I look at her and say, well, I could probably fly there now while everybody's resting.
Well, I mean, the markets aren't going to be open now, surely.
Who said anything about buying something? June gives
Yeah.
a small chuckle.
Uh, so she will say, I'm just trying to think if Z would know this or not. Give it a roll. Yeah, she'll go. I mean, yeah, it's not a bad idea, but it is kind of a pirate-filled town. I think theft is probably pretty common. I'm sure they're used to that. Maybe going alone is not the best idea, and you know how stealthy I am.
Yeah, this is true. Hmm.
I mean, the Lady Sumihime would be able to help you out. She's a fucking ninja, man.
Yeah, I mean, but we have to convince her first, which is a whole nother issue on its own. But I mean, who can say no to me? Like,
I mean, she did say that she was looking for something that the orc pirates were carrying. Maybe, I don't know, you think maybe the orcs stocked in Kunasa? I doubt it somehow. I mean, that's the first time I've ever seen orcs. I'm sure we would have heard about it if they had just ships lying around in Kunasa.
well, they could have always, docked nearby and just traveled on foot. I suppose we can do that. Or we can just be normal people and, go there in the day.
I mean, probably not the worst idea. But shall we? Let's get back to the group. We can decide in a minute. And she starts sort of heading back, thinking about what would make a good gift.
Mm.
What
Yeah,
is everyone?
I follow behind.
Okay, cool. What is everyone else doing over there?
Wait, so they're not going to the market now?
No.
They haven't. They haven't decided yet. They
Oh,
might, but as things stand at the moment, it looks like the elf folks are still busy sort of pointing out constellations, and as you are all standing there, you can see the elf folks are sort of starting to get excited as they're pointing out into the stars. They seem to really be enjoying this. But what is everybody doing?
Sakura is like listening eagerly, making notes. She's also getting very excited with the owl folk. She's taking like comprehensive notes as if this is like a class. But with that map of the constellation, she's writing everything of interest that they say down. But also looking at the stars. She's not just writing notes and not appreciating the stars, you know.
And as you are standing there, you can Estrella, Jerry, and Sakura, can all of you give me a perception check, please?
With my rolls today.
I got a 26.
Okay, nice. So, between Estrella, Sakura's paying more attention to what the owl folk are saying and the stories behind these things. But Estrella and Jerry, you guys see, as you are looking out, you see a shooting star streak across the sky, and then another and another, as the meteor shower begins to just fill the sky with these streaks of light as the shattered moon hangs above them. And you all watch on as one of the lights begins to grow larger and larger, and the two of you realize that there is a comet heading straight towards you at blistering speed, this burning ball of flame that could destroy the tower if it actually connects with it. But what is everyone doing as you now realize this thing is flying straight towards you?
Know if we'd
Look
know
at
what to do.
I tell everyone,
Oh,
guys, I
wait.
think we have a bit of a problem here. Just point at the comet.
Did earlier count as like a short rest?
Yeah, we'll say that you had a short rest in between the chess game and now. This
Okay,
is
in
you
that
haven't
case,
been doing anything.
she'll try to disintegrate it.
Okay, it is still too far away to disintegrate at this point, but it is coming closer at blistering speed. So you can try and ready an action to try and disintegrate it when it gets within range. What is the range on disintegrate?
60 feet.
All right, yeah. So you would be waiting to pretty much the last second to do that. But you can start getting that ready if you like. As everyone else, what is everyone else doing? Has anyone else got a plan? The Grand Master will just sort of start looking a bit shocked and say, "Oh, I don't think we'll be able to destroy it, but maybe we can deflect it, just redirect it. Uh, we can blast it with air and try and get it out of the way, or at least slow it down." And he just looks around. He starts calling some of his owls, who they all are starting to kind of panic, but some of them getting ready as some of them jump up onto the tower, and um, they seem to be preparing something. As there are, you see some of the owls running up and down the actual length of the telescope that are going in and out of this observatory. But what are you all doing?
Huh. Well, looking at the moon, I'm surprised there wasn't any debris, and I think I kind of jinxed it. Any plans? Anybody besides disintegrate? Backup plans for that?
The Grandmaster sighs and he says, "There is something we could try, but it is not ready. I don't think we'll be able to get it ready in time. The tower can act as a cannon, but perhaps it could amplify one of your spells. We have been making adjustments, but it is untested. It could hurt whoever tries to do it. Is anyone willing to try?" And he looks over at Sakura as you're busy sort of getting everything ready to cast disintegrate.
She says, I mean, it's either that or death. I'd rather someone get hurt than that, so I'll do it.
Z says, "Fuck that! We should just get out of here. Screw the tower. Let's go."
I mean, I prefer, not blowing up the observatory. It's a pretty cool thing to have around.
Yeah.
although I do like my life a lot.
Okay.
It's worth
so
a try, isn't it? What do I have to do?
all right, follow me, and he will lead you back inside. Well, actually, the Grandmaster will lead you back inside to the tower,
Cool.
and he will lead you up to the thing, and you can now see as you go in there, you see the Alpha. They are busy preparing these pieces of some kind of an arcane cannon that seems to be like a modification to this giant telescope, and they are busy plugging things in, and there's steam bursting out of different seams all over the place. They all seem hard at work. You can't quite tell what this machinery is all doing, but you think that maybe you could come back and investigate it more sometime. But right now, the Alpha takes you to the main tower, and I'll move you in there. You're on the maps today. Are you on the good PC?
Yes. I'm on the good computer today.
Nice. There we go. All right. So uh, the Alpha leads you back upstairs towards um, the telescope, and he just says, "All right, uh, if you think that'll do it, then place your palm as you fire it right over the lens, and then attach this to your arm." And he will grab two handles on either side that at first you thought were actually for moving the telescope, but now you realize as he pulls it down, it is another mechanism that seems to fit over one's arm pretty tightly, and you immediately can tell that this would not fit over one of their wings. So it seems pretty obvious now why he's trying to get you to do this instead.
Okay. She'll do as he says.
All right. Yeah. So you will have a is it a attack roll for disintegrate?
Well, it's a dex save. So I don't know if a comet could make a dex save.
Yeah, no, it's just because if it's an attack roll, then it gives you a +5. But if it's a dex save, then it would have disadvantage on that. So basically, there is going to be a roll to actually to aim this thing and to get it to try and hit it in time, but your range is extended. You said it was 60 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've got 240 feet. It's still going to be pretty close, but you've got a much longer range now. And as you are standing there, he will pull up another little like visor um, with you see it as a set of mirrors that acts as basically a little crosshair, as you can put that to your eye and aim the entire turret as the owls start running around and start working the mechanisms to get it to move smoothly. But you can now start trying to acquire your target, and I'd like you to give me an Arcana check to try and operate this arcane cannon, as we will jump back to what's going on outside. Oh, okay, so this thing is really hard to budge. You can't quite turn the cannon, and the owls are turning it in the wrong direction. You can't. At the moment, you are struggling to find the comet in your vision. You see just black sky, and we will get back to you in a minute.
I was about to ask if I could give her some bardic inspiration, but no worries.
Well, I was about to ask what the rest of you guys are doing. So if you want to, this will require more than one check from her. So this is at the moment you can, from the outside, you can see that the observatory is moving this telescope around, and it seems to be trying to point it towards the wrong thing entirely. So that is what
Yeah.
you're all seeing.
So yeah, June will be as she. It's currently Sakura that's trying to point towards it, right?
Yeah. So Sakura is preparing a disintegrate spell to fire through it, but she's inside in the tower. The rest of you are still on the outside.
Yeah, I would have followed her in and given her a bit of encouragement. Say, okay, aim a little bit to the right, to the right, to the right, a little bit up, and that will be my bardic inspiration if I can give it before that check happened, because I didn't get a chance to actually give it to her.
Yeah, I'll say you can give that to her. It's not going to make much of a difference at this
Nat
point
1.
because it was a nat 1, but she will have it for the next check because she's going to have to make it multiple checks on this. So as you can see, she starts moving it around. Now you will get that bardic inspiration, Sakura, as you hear that June has joined you up there. I will. Shall I? I mean, which map do you actually want? There's so many maps. And okay, I see the hand is up there, Australia. What?
Astrea, after thinking for a very long time, realized something. It starts casting the tiny hut as a last effort, since it pretty much nothing can pass through it.
All right. Yeah, you can. You start casting, and so you're creating your little bathhouse there.
Yep, just a safety measure.
Okay, give me one sec. As you head inside there, Jerry, you will, as you and Z are the only ones still outside, you will kind of see the little dome, shimmering dome that you can't really see inside, spring up around Australia as she disappears inside it.
How steady does the telescope look?
How steady?
Yeah, like she's going to use it to shoot
Yeah, it looks
spells
like
in long range.
yeah, it looks like a hell of a machine. It's you can hear gears whirring as the entire top of the building seems to be turning this giant mechanism to actually move it around. So it's moving around very slowly. It looks like actually moving it fast enough would be more of a problem um, than it being sturdy. It looks like a hell of a sturdy machine. But also, you know that it is a telescope. It looks like it's just glass, like lenses through there. So it doesn't look like any kind of actual explosives or anything like that is involved in this so-called cannon.
I wanted to know if I use my giant's might to grow large, maybe I can help them move it or hold it in place when the spell happens.
That would be cool.
But if it's entirely mechanical, maybe it will just do more damage.
Yeah, you can try and help them definitely because they are. You can see the owls that are busy trying to. They are manually moving these cogs and things around, so you can definitely try and help them with that. You can give me a an athletics check to try and assist the owl folk if you were doing that. And if you're using your giant's might, you can get that with advantage.
$24.
All right, yeah, these owls, they seem completely and utterly thankful as you see these tiny little owls trying to lift this giant cog, and you just walk up and lift it like it's nothing, able to just turn these giant pieces of machinery. And now, Sakura, you will also have advantage on your next check because it is now suddenly much easier to aim this thing as Jerry is helping out. A couple of the other smaller, younger owls you will see them standing outside on the edge of the cliff, Estrella, as you are standing in your bathhouse, but you can kind of see through the outside. They all look terrified. Is there anything else you wanted to do, or are you just hiding out there in the bathhouse? Estrella?
Australia.
Yes.
I was talking to you. There's a bunch of younger owls standing outside your dome, but you are currently inside the bathhouse, and you can sort of see them outside. They look terrified, but other than that, yeah, Jerry's busy moving the machinery. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna let those owls in. Since hopefully that at least makes them less scared.
Okay. You can give me a persuasion check to try and convince them. They are the sort of youngest ones, and they see the shimmering dome as you just stick out the sort of horned head of the of satyr. What are you saying to try and
Come in,
convince?
little. Come in here. It's safe. In case this meteor hits, it should be the safest place. You can also swim a little around in the waters.
Okay, you can give me a persuasion check.
Wait a second.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 25 because I forgot. I always forget that it's broken in Foundry. I just realized, but it's fine.
Yeah, with the 25, that's definitely enough. As you see the kids kind of look at each other and they look a little bit nervous, but then one of the other owl folk, the apprentice from before, he flies down and arrives just behind them and gives them a nod. Says, "It's all right. I think she's one of the good ones." And he ushers them forward and starts making his way towards the dome with them, and they all come inside if you let him as well.
Yes, they can get inside.
Yeah. All right. So he enters the bathhouse and just looks around, and they all seem quite fascinated by everything. And the kids just go off to one corner, and he bows to you. Thank you. Please keep them safe. I must go see if there's anything else I can do out there. And he just gives a deep bow and then heads back to head out of the dome. Meanwhile, inside with the arcane cannon, Sakura, can you give me another Arcana check, this time with advantage? And remember, you've got Bardic Inspiration. All right, nice.
I don't
So,
think I need to use it just
well, with a 27, you are able to get the target in your sights. It is coming fast, and it is getting bigger and bigger by the second. It is, at this point, as you've finally turned it around and is now a bit easier to move, you can see this thing is almost impossible to miss because it is taking up your entire scope here, and yeah, it is hurtling directly towards you. It looks like if you wait too much longer, you'll probably be destroyed. But you can give me one more Arcana check to try and judge how far away it actually is and try and get it within range, because you know you've got 240 feet, and
Okay.
that'll be the final check.
You can add a D10 if you'd like to, but I think a 26 will be more
Yeah,
than
I think
enough.
that 26 will be enough.
Yeah, it's up to you. Are you sticking with 26?
That makes it sound like I should not.
Remember,
I mean, the bardic inspiration adds an extra 10, so you could get a 30 on it to really ensure that you get it.
it
Yeah,
only
let's
lasts for 1 minute,
use bardic
doesn't it?
inspiration. Okay, so that's a 34. Just,
All right.
just as casually.
Whew, good thing, because yeah,
You're
no,
welcome.
you as the rest of you feel the ground just shake as Sakura, you unleash this disintegrate ray. You can roll basically crit damage for me. So roll double damage on your disintegrate spell, and we will see as you just see this burst of, I'm assuming, pink light go
Yes.
streaking out from the end of the tower towards this comet.
Yeah, I'm casting it at 8th level because I can get an 8th level spell slot back once a day from a short rest. So I'm just going to roll that twice. 16d6 plus 40, so 32d6 plus 80. Oh, wow, look at that damage!
That's a lot of
Total
dice.
of 180.
180, holy shit. All right. So as you you see this beam of energy just blast into the comet, you you see this incredible explosion in the sky as these two sort of shards of the rock, one of them is deflected entirely into the ground not too far away from you, so between here and Kunasa. It is just blasted straight into the ground, and it looks like most of it is completely destroyed. As another chunk of it, you kind of split it in half, and the other half of it just curls up into the sky and flies way further south, landing somewhere far, far from here that you can't even see. But you have effectively it was not completely destroyed, but you almost completely destroyed it, and only two small chunks of it actually got sent into the earth. One of them is far away from you, and the other has landed in between here and Kunasa, right in the fields of the grasslands. But you have effectively stopped the tower from being destroyed. Well done.
I
think you hit it.
Well, yeah. she'll look at the owls and say, I saw it land a bit like in the grasslands. If you want to go and do some studies on space rocks, I think that.
When I was moving the telescope, was it outside or from the inside?
On the outside, probably. There's it's up to you. You could have been on either. There are
yeah, I'm just from
mechanisms
the outside yelling, I think you got it.
So Jerry, actually, you can also give me a perception check as you are standing up there and you see this clearer than anyone as as this happens right in front of you.
15.
Okay, yeah, you see the chunk that got sent down into the grasslands. You can kind of see this light glowing from down there, and you know that is those are the grasslands is what they're called, and a big flaming meteor has just landed there. So yeah, it has definitely been moved away from the tower, but that could still cause problems.
So, are we going to go investigate that giant rock that fell out of the sky because of the moon exploding? Because I think because I think that's where the plot has taken us.
Yes, but June, did you see that? I just destroyed a meteor.
I
She's
mean,
like
there's.
super proud of
I mean, there are
herself.
a couple. I mean, there are a couple meteors falling down over there, and I start pointing out the couple meteors currently falling on the huge meteor shower, right?
Yeah, so actually, as you say this, you point out, and you can see that now you can see Uchibito Bay quite clearly from where you are, and you see that most of these meteors are raining down into the ocean, creating these massive splashes and explosions, just these like littering the bay with lights as you just see these shooting stars streaking into the sea and going out, just the lights fading. But yeah, it looks like you stopped one that seemed to be breaking away from the pack, but most of it seems to have landed in the bay.
Well, let's hope those didn't hit anybody.
Yeah, so you can now see from up here there is a small fire starting out in the grasslands, but um, this is not an unpopulated place. There are many ways that the fire could be put out, but if you guys feel so inclined, that is definitely an option. Um, yeah, the Alfolk are all just currently celebrating that they are still alive, and the children that are inside Estrella's bathhouse just look very nervous until the Alfolk comes back, and he comes back cheering and says, "They did it! They did it!" As yeah, are you going to keep that up there, Estrella?
As per the spell, it actually stays up for 8 hours, regardless of if I want to or if I. Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I
it's.
thought you had to be in it. So yeah, I mean, you could leave as well if you want.
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
So yeah, you all are now standing out there. Where would you like to go from here? It is about 9 o'clock in the evening, and um, there are many different options for you to take.
And none of them takes us to an Elder Brain Dragon.
Never know. Was it? There was a big rock that just landed from space. You know what's been lurking in space. So
Sucker kind of wants to go see the rock because, stars. But on the other hand, mind eaters and tentacles.
yeah, I mean, with what you just hit that rock with, you find it difficult to believe that anything alive would have still been alive on it after
Okay,
hurling through the. I mean, you can give me a nature check actually to see. You
Okie
have
dokie. Where is
done
my...
some research, heard of some things, and would probably understand that that thing entering the atmosphere was already probably enough to kill anything on the rock. It looks like it was a piece of the moon. Oh, but with a 30, you do think back to that place you were in the stars, and you think some of those things were definitely tougher than like mortal creatures, that they could be more susceptible. There's no reason why some alien thing might not have survived on that. Um, but you hear a goat bleat from behind you, and you think, if it was that mountain goat, it would not have survived 100%.
Let's... Let me roll for it. Odd, we still want to go, even she won't.
Either way, it's not too far out our way. I can quickly fly, go get the ship, and We can be there in probably the next hour.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what if there's like there's a chance, even though slim, maybe like 7.3826% chance that one of those mind flayers survived, and I don't want to go near them again.
Would you prefer them running amok in the countryside, sucking people's brains out?
No, that was a terrible experience. As long as
So?
I don't have to go near them, if they are
Yeah,
there.
just disintegrate them if you see them. It's fine. I'll quickly go get the ship and we can get going.
I can't. I'm too tired to cast any more high-level spells today. In other words, she's saying that she is out of 6th, 7th, and 8th level spells slots. She can still fireball them though.
You see the Alpha apprentice just look at the Grandmaster and say, "I cannot wait," and he just runs and leaps off the side of the mountain, and you see him spread his wings and just fly down. He is an air monk, and he is heading down alone to try and deal with it.
Okay,
But
Sucker will go after him, use her bucking to fly down with him to make sure he doesn't die. And say, see you there, I guess.
And since everybody seems to be going that way, Ray is just gonna run to this edge, and
wait,
then
is it
jump
this side?
and use Featherfall.
Well, she won't be as fast as
yeah,
the Alpha, so a bit behind him.
yeah,
Jerry
he's. I mean, yeah.
says that he'll. And Jerry just says, "Go, I'll get the ship around there. I'll meet you there."
Alrighty then. How are we gonna get Z there though? Can you fly Z?
Well, considering if she jumps, she would also be eligible for the Featherfall.
Yeah, Australia just cast that Featherfall on me too, so here we go. Cowabunga!
I was wondering if I would have to polymorph her into an owl again. But I will be right back.
You'd already flown off, so yeah, she will float down with Australia as you guys jump off, but she does shout, "But yeah, someone definitely get the ship!"
Did the master also fly off?
No,
Yeah.
he's standing up there watching this, and when he sees the bunch of you that he's deemed to be capable, he rests his owl ass right up here.
So
Then we'll give
I'll
a
just
small
go
nod
up
to
there
Jerry.
after everyone jumps off.
Sorry, I missed that. Say again.
I said that when everyone jumps off and fly there, just walk up to the master.
Yeah, you can. Sorry, you're breaking up.
He walks up to the master and becomes
Yeah,
turbo.
that's what I heard. You can definitely do that. He's just standing, looking out over this, like where the debris went.
You seem pretty wise, both in the way of the sword and in the way of, well, wisdom. Can I ask you for advice?
Of course. What is it that you seek?
Did I miss?
If you had to choose, would you be loyal to your people or your own principles?
He looks over to the side. He sighs. He says, "Well, I have looked after my own people for many years, and they have not all shared my principles, but if you believe that what your principles are just and the right way, then there is no reason that your people should doubt you. And I would say stick to what you believe is right. Do not let them tell you what your reality should be. Does that answer your question at all? I'm sorry, I'm not exactly the Void Master after all.
I don't think there is an answer to my question.
Well,
It's just something I'll have to decide when the time is right.
you know what they say. If you don't know exactly where you want to be or where you want to end up, then it doesn't much matter what path you take. So long as you take one, I suppose. And it seems like your friends have chosen. And it looks out to everyone flying down and running through the grass fields, those who just floated down, as you would have to uh, get on foot and to be a bit of a run to get there.
I just bow to him and thank him. I must warn you, something terrible is coming. I don't know if anyone will be able to stop it, but warning you is all I can do.
He, you see his head tilt to the side as only an owl's can, and then he turns to look up at the shattered moon again, and he says, "Yes, I suppose yours would not be the first omen that we've had. Thank you for your warning. We will be careful, and thank you to you and your friends for helping us today." And he gives you a deep bow as well as some of the
I,
children start to gather around, and you see them just running up and just grabbing onto his legs. They seem to all be pretty scared at the moment.
yeah, I bow back and just whistle for Spike and go get the ship and fly to the trader.
Okay. Yeah. You can absolutely. Spike runs up, you jump on his back and fly off in the opposite direction to everyone else, but you can, as you now see the clouds clearing just above some of the clouds that are up ahead and starting to dissipate, you can see it in the distance just uh, as you make your way down off of the mountain. But we will say
Is
that
Jerry leaving us?
no, you went to go pick up the ship,
Oh,
so he will get there a little bit after the rest of you, but with Spike, it won't take him that much longer. And we will move everyone over as as everyone is running and flying their way towards the fire. You see, um, yeah, there's quite a lot of grassland in between you and there. So with the speed of the ship, Jerry would basically be able to catch up to you guys if if you sort of park at mid-air there. And I'm going to do that. All right, hold your horses. Yes, so as you all approach, I'm not sure if the vision is how well it's working for you guys there.
Yeah, I can't see anything at the moment.
For me, it's fine.
Can't see anything because, like, anything at all, or
Yeah, like completely black.
Um, how about now? Oh, but
I
that's
can
because
see
you don't have.
now.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Wait, did you just give yourself vision?
No.
Or did you put on a light or something?
No, I didn't do anything. I can just see now. Maybe because of dark vision.
Do you have dark vision?
I don't think June actually has dark vision. No. Oh no, I do. 60 feet of dark vision.
Oh, because that's new. You didn't always have it.
Yeah, I know. Now, where did I actually get my dark vision from? I'm confused now.
Like one of the items that you got. But I'm just yeah, because this scene is set up so that if you have dark vision, you should see it like in black and white and stuff, unless it's lit. But
Yeah.
anyway, as long as you can all see. Yeah, you as you guys approach, you can see there is a, an area of grass that has completely been just destroyed. There is no grassland left there. There are a couple of trees that have been just blown apart, and there is a massive open crater that is just sitting in the middle of these fields. And as you all approach, you can see someone uh, that he is busy running through the fields, and he seems to be carrying a lantern. He seems to be running straight towards the meteor in the opposite direction. But yeah, you all arrive from the south. You should be able to see. What would you like to do?
I couldn't see anybody else though.
I can see fine.
I could see myself, but I couldn't see anybody else.
I wonder if you have the non-dark vision issue.
Wait a minute. What the? When I zoom in, I can see a giant Australia on my top left, but as soon as I zoom out, what the hell?
Oh no, give it a refresh.
Ah.
Yeah, that's a system error. It hasn't loaded properly. Then that's always the telltale sign if there's giant tokens up in one of the corners.
Or maybe June has just been smoking something extremely spicy. Must made a
Dude looks
deal with
pretty
the spice
creepy.
trader.
Does he look like a normal human, or does he look how his token looks?
What? This is token super creepy. Yeah, no, he's this guy does. You can see him holding a lantern, and he's kind of hunched over. You can see he's got this hood over his head, and you can hear now as he gets closer. You can hear this cackling that as he is like he seems giddy with laughter as he is walking in towards you guys. Um, yeah, but you can barely see this over the flame and this purple energy just emanating off of the comet and the crater that it is sitting in. But from this point, you can't actually see much inside the crater. You can just see these flames sort of lapping over the side. It looks like there is quite a bit of destruction around here, but the the grasslands around are also they are burning as you are running up to them. So what are you guys doing to actually try and get through that fire? It's not too bad. It's not like a raging forest fire or anything at this point. It seems like it is mostly contained, but there are a couple of patches of flame just starting to spread in as you approach.
I already have a general easy solution for that. And that is, I'm taking out my little what is it called? The little jug, the alchemist jug, and just fresh water and pours it over everybody. So they basically are like a watery coat.
All right, yeah, you can. Is that the one that has the geyser effect as well?
You confuse it with Gog, which is the decanter of endless beer, and I don't
Alright,
think
right.
it would be a good idea to be like, here, take some beer.
No, but there's. Oh, it's the alchemist's jug. Oh, yeah. All right. So you start. You have a jug of water that you are able to start splashing around. You can. Yeah, I'll say give me a performance check to see how well Australia can conjure this water around and start. I do like the idea of the satyr running around with this jug, just putting out the fires. Yeah, you managed to put out at least 3 of these small fires that are starting to spread by going and pouring water over these tufts of grass. But there are a number more that are still spreading. This is would take a while to do like this. What is everyone else going to do about it?
So
Yeah, okay.
I carry around water with me so I can do shape water. So I'm gonna take water out of my water container thing, and it's gonna sort of just form into this big water droplet. But the water itself forms a little face, so it's like a little water elemental that's not really sentient or alive, but just for the fun of it, and it starts like hopping over to all this stuff and just like sloshing on it, and then hopping over to the next splosh.
Nice. All right, yeah, you can give me an Arcana check to make a little water nymph thing that is going to start running around. Looks kind of like a chewinga that made of water that is just now dancing and jumping from flame to flame. And with the 20, it does manage to. You do manage to put out 1 or 2 of the flames as you are standing there, controlling this little watery creature. Anyone else trying anything? There are still a couple of fires to put out.
Nature will have its way. Wildfires, you know.
Am I still flying, or did I get there together with them?
Yeah, you would have arrived last, but you would be arriving as they're busy doing this, as they're busy fighting back these fires, and just you would be able to see the comet crater that they are almost at the entrance, basically where they're on the map now. They're just breaking through it with these little firefighting techniques. So, anything you want to try to put out the fires, or are you just flying down to join them?
I want to, land down to join them. I'll just use giant might again. Just pick up giant piece of the earth and drop it on the flames. Try to choke him out.
All right. Yeah, we'll say you can give me another athletics check to just try and start like a Hulk earth smashing these fires out. Like,
I have a question. Is these fires bigger than a small campfire?
no, they're probably around that size now. They're just small fires that are starting, but if you leave them much longer, they will definitely get bigger than that. So,
They won't.
Yeah, 25.
all right, yeah. So as Jerry starts just tossing this soil over the fires, putting out most of them. Australia, what is that? Just prestidigitation.
I can instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
Yeah, so this currently, because it is spreading, I will ask for 1 Arcana check from you to try and do this. But yeah, it will. That will probably work. Okay, yeah. So it's not quite as effective as just pouring water on it, but you do manage to go over to these fires and just slowly, just like fight back the flame and snuff it out as you successfully manage to stop all the fires from spreading, and in doing so, you will have spread yourself around this crater, so you can move your tokens to wherever you would have ended up. But from one of these places, that's where you would have seen this guy heading in with his lantern, and he doesn't seem to care about the fires. He seems to be heading straight for the comet. And as you all manage to put out these fires, he is just getting to the edge. So you are all where you are on the maps now. As you also saw the owl folk casting a couple of air spells to try and put it out. He accidentally fanned a few flames, but he has also managed to put them out with some magic. But yeah, what is everyone doing now as you surround the crater?
Yeah, so while everybody was putting out the fires, I was immediately going over to this crazy looking dude. As I'm walking up, just casting a small hex on him to target his charisma check. So any charisma check he makes will be at disadvantage. He probably wouldn't do anything else. He would just have that disadvantage on him. And as I approach, I go there. Hey, whoa, friend. What you doing around here?
Yeah. What do you? What, you didn't come from the comet, did you? And
No, we came here to put out the fires.
oh, well. Please, I must get to see it. No one believed me, but it's happened. It's real. It's finally here. And he just starts trying to walk towards the comet, dangling his lantern in front of him.
Yeah, I'll put myself between him and the comets. As I'm just trying to gauge his character, I'll make a quick insight check. Check if he's really, crazy.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah, this dude's off his fucking rocker. This is some kind of occultist. He looks like this very creepy looking kind of withered, covered in tattoos. His nails are far too long. He looks like he's just escaped from some kind of an asylum. But yeah, definitely some kind of occultist.
Yeah, Sakura's keeping her distance, but she's still curious to sort of see the dude.
Okay, so you're focusing on the dude.
She takes a quick look at him, and then she's like, "Nah, I don't wanna." She doesn't like most people. She's not a people person, so she's gonna turn her attention to the rock.
Okay, you can give me an investigation check as you're sort of looking around just at the edge here.
Nice. Haha, 32.
Yeah, as you peer over the edge, you see these bursts of light coming off of the rock down there in the crater. There is a blue flame flickering off of it, but as you see this sort of smoke and dust getting kicked up by this pulsing energy, you see what look like shadows just dart out every time this light like pulses. You can see these shadows darting out through the cracks of the crater, and it looks somewhat unnatural for you in particular. You immediately get those same vibes that you got up in space. It is very off-putting. They look like some sort of this inky blackness that your mind tells you it's just a shadow, but your PTSD tells you that that's some alien goop shit or something. Not good.
Yeah, she's gonna go back to Jerry. Is Jerry still standing there? Or did he move? But basically she wants to go and hide behind Jerry.
It's gonna be hard. He's kind of short.
Well, not at the moment because he used his giant's might. So actually,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yes,
that's accurate.
yeah.
Yeah, let me quickly
find that was the music one.
Yeah, let me quickly find another song to add. So long.
did actually have music, but I just didn't. I can send you the playlist, and there should be stuff to find in there.
Yeah, I'm looking in the playlist right now.
Oh, have you got it? Yeah, look right at the bottom because that'll be probably the things I was finding for this,
All right.
or one of the Lovecrafty ones would probably work as well with this vibe that Cypher just got. Yeah, Estrella, you can also give me a perception check as you are sort of in the vicinity of this as well, but unless there's something in particular you were doing. Yeah, you also see this strange, like, shadow moving away from the rock in through the cracks around this thing. The cultist starts to sort of sidestep and goes, "No, please, come on, I need to see it."
Hey, hang on. And I'll put my hand on stopping him. We just need to make sure that it's safe and all. I think you should just take a few steps back and relax.
It looks you up and down. You can give me a intimidation or persuasion, your choice.
Oh, definitely persuasion.
He just looks you up and down and goes, "Oh, what? Are you part of the cult as well?"
Yes, I am. We have taken, we are taking control of this area. Please take a few steps back so we can make sure everything's all right.
"Oh, good. The great ones come. It will be wonderful." And he just starts moving away, like he just takes a couple of steps over in that direction. But
Yeah,
he's
just hang out over by the tree line over there. You hear? Yeah, cool. I'd make my way to Estrella and give and just tell her, oh, man, that guy's a whole sort of loony.
Interesting. You think that is something to do with the shadows that seemingly come from the rocks? And I'm gonna use a charge from the wand of detect magic to see if it is potentially magic, illusion, or something. Or at least, yeah.
Yeah, you get from the actual rock itself. There is definitely magical energy coming off of this. Very similar energy to that which you saw in the Mind Flayer Citadel. There is, but what you notice in particular as you are doing this is that it is very similar energy to that which you saw when you fought against the Titan and when Anaki was killed. In that particular fight, there was the same kind of magic all over the place. You're not entirely sure what it is, though it seems to be alien.
I think we just found the origins of the Titans.
Perhaps. I'm not entirely sure what this could be. Jin will take a step forward and take her Book of Ancient Secrets out, see how it responds.
Okay, yeah, you can. What are you actually doing with the book? Are you just
Yeah, I'm just taking it out, and basically trying to see if the book itself responds because it's linked to my patron. I'll open it to a
Sakura
blank
will,
page.
she will watch, like, just barely peeking out from behind Jerry.
okay? Yeah, what is Jerry doing as this is happening?
You're just wondering how strong is the rock you can make. maybe armor from it.
Oh yeah, you can.
Requires further research.
Yeah, you can also give me a perception check as you look over this thing, because yeah, a meteorite ore could definitely be an incredible tool. Yeah, you're not entirely sure how you would harvest this thing, because it is pulsing with energy and currently on fire. But yeah, you imagine this would probably make some pretty sick weaponry. And as everyone is peering into this, you see the sort of energy that is pulsing off of this now in your book, June. You see that there is something on the page that you were looking at. You can see that there is a sort of shimmering. You can't quite tell what it is, but I'd like you to give me a let's see, an Arcana check. I think is, it's not for you necessarily, but more for your book.
Yeah, sure thing. One
See how clearly
second.
this.
Arcana.
Oh, okay.
16.
So with a 16, you see now, as you look at the page, you see these two lines being now suddenly, as if ink is being carved into the page, but it looks like some sort of a claw that is carving it. You just see these two lines slowly stretch down the page and then connect, and it suddenly goes wild, and it looks like some sort of an alien symbol that it has just emerged on the page. But I would like everyone else to give me a perception check as you're sort of looking over the rock and things, as June's busy looking at this writing emerge on the page.
Yeah. Do the hairs kind of go up on the back of my neck? Do I feel like, oh, this is bad news type of thing, sixth sense kind of thing?
Yeah, very much so. There is you definitely get some strange feeling, and then as the rest of you with some nice high rolls there, you see from the edges of the rock, you see this inky stuff start to ooze out of it, this black liquid that kind of pours onto the floor, and it starts to form into some kind of a shape. The sickly green black liquid now rising up, and it seems as if the earth itself is giving form to these creatures as they emerge uh, from the meteorite.
Fuck no.
And as this symbol appears on the page, June, do you speak deep speech?
He
I
does.
actually do, yes.
On the page it says master, that you now recognize as it finishes this alien symbol, and you hear a sound from behind you, this sickening squeal, as you see the cultist scream out, and you can see that he is lying on the ground and he has got his hand in one of the cracks. He seems to have crawled up there as you've been doing this, and it looks like something's got him by the wrist. But uh, yeah, Estrella and June, you notice this, but the rest of you are far more preoccupied with the three creatures that have just spawned from this meteorite.
Just a question. I was just thinking when you said that it was Oblex.
No, but you do see the way it is forming is very similar to that obelix, very eerily similar. But yeah, you see these things start to rise up out of the floor, and tentacled faces. They don't look quite like mind flayers, but
Fitting.
they look like some sort of alien aberrations. Yeah, you're pretty sure those are mind flayers of some new horrible kind.
Yeah, no, she
Whatever they
wants
are.
to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
look over to Jerry and Sakura, and I just shout out, guys, keep your distance. I'll try. And looking down the book, I think I might be able to do something here. I'll stand up. And I look to Australia to give the sign to get back. Oh, they're running for initiative. Oh, great.
Yeah, so if you've got something that you want to do, you will absolutely be able to do it on your turn. But or as these things are forming, are you trying to do something?
Yeah, I'll close my eyes, try focus in on the book, see if there's a connection there that I can try make a connection or something similar to how I took control of the Mind Flayer ship.
Okay, yeah, you can try that again. Give me a charisma saving throw this time.
Charisma saving throw. Okay, I have a +10 in that. Please be good.
All right. Yeah, as you reach your mind into the symbol in the page, and you now know that how on that ship, the way all of those symbols that were written on the controls, you would kind of feel them, and there were more words than you could ever express. It was just pure intent. And with this, as you touch the symbol of master, it says, you hear these whispers in your mind, the master is coming, the end is near. And that is, you get the impression that you are getting a direct message from something, and it is not your patron, it is not your book, it is something else, and it is whatever is creating those things in front of you. But yeah, not on the same side, not something you can control in the same way. This is something else, something new. And you can roll for initiative.
Gulp.
It is Sakura's birthday present from somewhere.
Yeah, all
Fuck
these
no.
creatures just start singing happy birthday.
Booby month.
Okay, and for Jerry, what did you get there? I assume June's got the higher dex.
Probably.
Well, Jerry has a +0, so if you've got any positive modifier, then it'll be you before Jerry.
Yeah, I have a +3.
Cool. In that case, we will begin the combat, and actually, I'll roll for him anyway. Okay, cool. So, with that, Sakura, you're going to be up first as you see these tentacle-faced creatures start to emerge from the hole. What are you doing?
I'm gonna just make up a PTSD mechanic. If she doesn't pass a DC 15 Wisdom save, she can't do anything on that turn. Okay. She is able to fireball them. Let's do 5th level. Fireball at 5th level. Why didn't it do that? Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's do place measured template. Don't want to get June in there. June's not in there, by the way. Just those 3. And they need to do dex saves.
All right, yeah. Boom, and 39 points of damage to all of them as they all seem to fail.
Nice.
As that you just fill that crater with fire, and the fire that you were using seems to damage them a lot more than the rest of it. As you hear these screeches, but the creatures continue to keep climbing their way out.
And then she's just going to hide behind Jerry. She doesn't want these things to come near her.
All right. Yeah, nice. So, whoops. Okay, nice. So that is going to bring us on to Estrella. Also, I don't know if it has done this for you automatically, but if you click on the two crossed swords on your menu, it should bring up a new heads up.
I already opened that for a long time.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wow.
I know that you would know, but yeah, for everyone else.
Sakura would also know because she was in the one shot.
Yeah, but she
Well,
wasn't
my
using
map.
she wasn't using the maps.
Anyway,
I was the only one that actually got to use it. Holy shit.
Yeah. We still have 2 so close. That's just... Well, 19 is still a good amount of damage.
Yeah, alright, so you unleash a barrage of Eldritch Blasts into the crater, and that creature does not seem to be too happy about it. You do seem to have done some...
And I see that, I see it's June, since June is close. I'm just gonna, let's see, yep. Just gonna give them a bardic inspiration. Just so they can be happy in case something happens, and then just to make a little distance. Hopefully the tree isn't gonna grab me. Just gonna move over there, and that should bring it to their turn.
Okay, yeah, it is gonna be their turn. Could I ask for us to switch to some battle music?
Oh, sure. Let me find something real quick. I think Darkest Dungeon would work nicely, yeah.
Oh, it's been a while since we've had that. I've never actually played Darkest Dungeon, so the soundtrack to Darkest Dungeon is the D&D soundtrack to me. Like, I've only ever heard that music in D&D games.
I think it should hopefully play the right one. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right, so as it gets to this one's turn, you will see, as you hear this sort of screech coming from the guy behind, you will see this star spawn start to push itself up from the crater, and yeah, this one is going to climb up out of the crater and start moving in towards just the ones in front of him. So he's moving in towards you, Jerry.
Oh lord, he coming.
And he is going to use his multi-attack on you. Let's see, how well does this work?
You mean the multi-attack? You just have to enter 2.
It is asking you for a con saving throw, which, because no one's actually controlling that, it's going to get stuck in that. So, can you give me a con saving throw, please? As it looks like, oh yeah, because it's using both of its attacks on you, you see its arms just, they clench into fists, but then you see them just sort of dismantle themselves as if it's some kind of twine unraveling, and then it just slams both of them into you with these giant fists. So yeah, DC 17 con saving throw, and to avoid being stunned. But then, oh, there we go. Nice. So a 19 will succeed. That went through. Wait, what? Who rolled for Jerry?
I don't know who rolled for Jerry.
Because it was a 19 here, but you rolled an 18. You
I mean,
rolled a 14 on thing. Who has got control of Jerry's token?
not me.
I can't move him, so nope.
That was fucking weird. Why did I say? Oh well, you succeeded either way. The DC was 17, so then why is it not rolling to actually hit? Okay. Okay, so first one is going to be a 22 to hit. All right, you take 13 points. Yeah, you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage from that first one, and then the second one's going to be...
Virtual tabletops have become an
I like
essential
this new
part
system.
of
Holy
D&D.
shit. It's so much quicker to roll. That's another 22. So yeah, both of them hit, and it tries to sort of just slam you down onto the ground, but because you are still in your enlarged giant's form, you are able to push it back, and you take another 14 points of damage, but it is not able to do anything else, I think. Yeah, all right, that is going to be that one's turn, and then you will see the cultist that he pulls his hand out of the crack, and you see this black ooze just moving its way up his arm, and you see him giggling and cackling and going, yes, yes, the master has found me, yes. And he begins to transform into something else, which
Oh, for fuck's
is...
sake.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Damn, I was about to
You
say
were good
Rat
to keep
Jackson,
them.
but I realized none of you were there for that. Sad.
What? Does it say Jerry Constitution saving throw for others?
No, that's why I'm saying. So you've obviously got some sort of observer permissions for his token, or something. But that's fine. If you were able to do it, then I'm going to ask you to click it just so that we can get through.
But I would need you to go down in, I think it's number 2 from the bottom, with the stream viewer, and click the button where pop-ups is removed.
What?
It is. I'm pretty sure it's stream viewer that basically does it, keeps it up.
Okay, stream viewer shouldn't be connected to anything yet, though. Okay, anyway. That is going to be his turn, though, as he transforms into this thing, and you just see him convulsing and like having some kind of a fit as this ooze starts to take over his body, and he hunches over even further. But June, that is going to take us onto your turn as that is happening behind you.
Yeah. Huh. Well, yeah, I'm gonna seeing as I'm like right up next to this thing, and there's a cultist over there. Gina's gonna nope the fuck out and cast Blink on herself, to try hopefully to disengage from these assholes. Then I'll yell across to Jerry and say, Jerry, I think it's time for you to get really, really angry right now, and give him a bardic inspiration. Let me roll my d20 to see if I blink out. I think I blink out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
It is 12. It's 11. I think
Yeah.
you need to
11,
roll.
11 and up, I blink. So yeah, I out of existence.
Okay,
in a
nice.
bit of a purple cloud.
Yeah, you just disappear into some of that mist as you blend in quite well, and you are currently in the next plane.
Yeah, and that's my turn.
Okay, so you can still move though when you do that. So are you staying
No.
exactly where you are?
No. When I end my turn, then I blink out. So I'm not moving away from that thing, in order for it to get an opportunity attack. So it's
Oh,
only at the
right,
end of my turn I blink out. Yeah.
okay, I see. So, yeah, cool. So you just disappear, and Jerry, that is going to take us onto you. You've got one right up in your face, trying to tear it off.
Yeah, I'll start with the one next to me. I'm still giant, right? Large.
Yeah, you're still enlarged, but
Big boy.
I don't think you are raging yet.
Yeah, so I'm raging now. Is a bonus action. And I'll start hitting it with the action.
All right. Yeah, go for it.
29. 29 to hit, 21 damage.
All right. Yeah, that'll definitely hit. 21 damage.
Yeah,
Nice. Okay. And is that just a regular strike, or you adding?
no, it's with Divine Smite. Just one moment. It's not an undead or anything, right?
No, it is not undead.
It's an
So
aberration.
yeah, you get the idea that it's an aberration.
So just a 3d8. $26 total.
All right. Nice. Yeah, you can see that one is it's looking pretty badly hurt now. Oh, it's hurt. You managed to get a good slice in there as um, this thing has got pretty tough hide, and it seems to dissolve a little bit as you cut through it and as that radiant energy blasts through it, but it starts to reform immediately afterwards in that place, though it does seem to be a little bit smaller this time. You do seem to have done some damage. That's your first attack.
Yeah.
Anything else? Oh yeah, 26 will hit.
At 19 damage, and I'll Divine Smite again. I think that's the. I have only first level spell slot left. Yep. So 2d8.
Uh,
15.
Oh, nice.
So 34 on the second one.
How much was the divine smite damage? 15.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that he is definitely looking very badly hurt now. As yeah, how do you make these two strikes? Like, what are you actually attacking?
Just like slicing his chest twice.
All right, yeah, you
Like the
slough off
center of his chest.
these two big pieces of like aberration that's sloughed to the ground. There is this blood oozing out of it, and as he is trying to reform himself, but it looks very angry at this point, but very badly hurt. Is that everything you're going to do on your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Oh wait, I forgot. I don't know if it will help. I have a 1d6 damage from Giant Might
Oh
once
yeah,
per turn.
yeah. Roll for that.
6 more
Oh,
damage.
nice. Okay, yeah, that one's not looking too
Yeah,
good.
that's my turn.
All right, then that is going to take us on to their turn again. As oh, I forgot to roll for Z, of course. Okay, that makes sense. That one for her. Hold on. This is going to be another one of the Starspawn who climbs up out of that hole and looks around. Yeah, it sees you nearly killing its mate. It's going to make its way over there. I don't think it can quite get to you with its movement though. As it, I know actually it can because you're enlarged, so it can just reach you, Jerry. But it can't get flanking, so it is going to make a multi-attack against you again. Okay, first attack, that is a 15, which is going to miss. Second attack also misses with a 12, as it tries to slam both of its fists into the ground there, but it just doesn't have the range and slams just in front of you. But that is going to be its turn. And then, yeah, that is going to take us on to Z, who's going to take a step forward and get flanking on this creature with you, Jerry, and is going to attack it with her katana. Oh, nice. All right. Yeah, she brings it to near death with another 13 points of damage. And it's her first attack. Second attack. So hit. Okay, yeah, it is looking nearly dead now as Z and Jerry are just piling up on this creature. The other one, however, no, might skip multiple turns. So yeah, this one that was where June just was, kind of walks right through where June was, looks around, and then turns its attention towards Estrella, and so it's making its way in there, but it can only get to there. Let me just see. There's a 10-foot reach. Yeah, no, you're just out of range, so it is. You see it lurching forward and starting to move in towards you, Australia, but it can't quite get to you. Yeah, and then that is going to bring us to the top of the round with Sakura. Yeah, you see two of these creatures barreling in towards you and attacking Jerry, but he seems to be fending them off pretty well.
Somehow she is sort of okay, I guess. I think. Let's see. She's gonna attack this one with Seto's glaive. Has reach.
Yeah.
So she won't have to
definitely
go any closer. Let's see.
Oh, unfortunately, with Jerry busy fighting it there's a lot going on, and you can't actually find purchase in
Yeah,
the
she peeks
flesh
around the
creature.
corner. She peeks around the corner to attack it, sees it right there, sees the fucking tentacles, and just freezes. Not with the glaive near it, of course. She sort of hugs it. I think that's her turn. Wait, actually, I have things I can cast as a bonus action. Jerry, how would you like to? Well, actually, ooh, because Z can be pretty useless. It's gonna fuck its touch.
You are within touch range of Jerry. You're literally right behind it.
But do I really want to make him use his action to breathe some kind of like dragon's breath? 3d6 versus like 50 something damage
Also,
from his.
Spike is sitting right next to you on the other side.
Ooh, would Spike? Yes. Okay, we're gonna give Spike some dragon's breath, and that's what he can basically breathe.
Ah!
He'll breathe fire. Yeah.
All right. Jerry, you now have a fire-breathing dog for the next little bit. What is that concentration?
I don't think so. It's a bonus action, so let's see. Let me check quickly. Oh yeah, it is concentration. Up to a
Okay,
minute.
cool. So yeah, just bear that in mind. But yeah, the required materials are a hot pepper, so you can literally just feed
Sure,
Spike
Spike,
some
eat this.
like yeah.
Well, will Spike willingly accept this hot pepper?
Yeah, actually make an animal handling check with advantage because it's Spike. But just to see how well this goes, you will be able to cast it on him either way. But just to see whether or not he fights you or something. Okay. A 13 is probably not too impressed with the fact that you just handed him a handful of chilies, but I don't know, Jerry, how does Spike react to this? And yeah, I did put the prepared spell.
Yeah,
I
he'll
shouldn't
eat
have
it
to do
and
it.
then regret he ate it.
I mean, he can.
Yeah, well,
It's fire,
He'll
when
so
it
probably
it's
use
so
it.
good.
when it gets to his turn, or actually, he hasn't taken a turn yet. He didn't take a turn on yours, so I'll say that he can take it now, as he will probably just howl out with this fire breath. But he's also Jerry. You can tell me what Spike does now because you didn't do anything with him on your turn.
Yeah, I already see him on the stream, I think. Maybe because my phone is small. But I'll just move so you can hit only the 2-star spawns with the fire breath.
Okay, yeah, we'll try and. I mean, he can try and blast it between you and Z. Can you not? Can you guys not see Spike's token?
I can.
It's here.
I think it's because it's a bit dark that it kind of blends into the background there for Jerry on the stream.
Yeah, definitely it wasn't too dark, but okay. Yeah, he can definitely do that. So let me.
I think it's a deck save from them.
Yeah, so if he places it like that, he can hit all of them.
What? But it's a cone. That's not how a cone works.
I mean, that's the template for some reason.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, I'll say he can definitely do that. Just okay, and then I'll just. You can you click the damage there, Kate?
Yeah.
Because yeah, you can roll the damage there for the fire breath that you cast. Oh, okay. So yeah, so the one makes his saving throw as he puts up the arm that is the one that was most badly damaged, and it brings it down to 1 hit point. I'll say, as you see Spike unleash this flame breath. I've got to have an effect for it. And you just see it engulf these two, burning away most of the one creature that is right up in your face there, Jerry, and the other one behind it taking a good 15 points of fire damage as well. That one's also looking pretty bad now. It's where's my
Nice.
fire breath? That work?
Oh,
It
yes,
worked,
did.
yes.
Nice.
All right. So yeah, that is I guess the end of Sakura's turn, taking us on to Australia.
Let me end turn.
Oh, sorry, I might have.
Yes. I know what the first thing. Yes, the first thing is. Let's just give them a little helping hand with that creature down there. And. Sad. Oh well, if we don't hit the first time, we can try the next time. And I don't. I'm pretty sure that kills it. Yay, it's dead. Then. Switch my attention to the one near me. For the last beam.
Yeah.
And since I don't want to be near it. Come on, where are you? Let's just use Misty Step. Oh, wait a second.
Oh, that's cool. Is it showing you how far you can Misty Step?
Yeah, and I'm actually. Holy! It actually does, and it's correct! I was like, yeah. And then I also have my movement still, so let's see, let's just see. I think, yeah. That should be around it. And with that, we end the turn. And seems to be really good. I just having really good that those tentacle monsters are dead.
All right, yeah. So then, with that, it's going to take us on to the cultist who's still standing there, and you see him now, like fully formed into this alien creature. As he just looks around, and he looks up in sort of with a bit of fear, but then you see the space around him begin to bend as he just starts rushing towards the tree line, and oh yeah, I mean he's got more than enough space to make an escape. But he gets quite a bit of distance away, and that is going to take us on to June.
Oh my. Yeah, so blinking back in over here. Where's the button to blink back into existence? that work? Oh wait.
It's
there
0,
we go.
isn't it?
What? No, you just have to right click and you should be able to click the little outline
Ah, yeah, there you go.
that
Alright.
makes you visible or invisible, but you can always see your token either way.
Yeah. So yeah, I blink back in, see the monster over there, see the alien-looking motherfucker running away, and be like, "Oh God, yeah, I'm not letting that guy get away." I look after him and say, "Stop right there!" And I bring out my hand and I cast Hold Monster on him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What?
I need a Wisdom save. DC 18.
You got a 25 there. Did it not?
Dang it.
I can review it there. Yeah. As you try and do this, does that? Oh, I just want to double check. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, as you try and do that, you try and take control of its mind, but you just feel this strange feedback in your own mind. As it just sounds like, yeah, I mean, feedback is exactly as it just there's a ringing in your head as you try and command it, but um, you can't quite get a grip of this creature.
God damn it. Yeah, I'll look back at everybody and saying, "I'm going after the cultist. Take care of these things and follow after me." And I'll begin running after him.
I will also
Gonna get hit.
I will say that you figured out with that's a charm effect, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you figured out with that it's immune to charmed, to being charmed.
Dang. All right. So yeah, I'll run 30 feet closer. And I'll quickly roll to see if I disappear. It would be actually pretty good. No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, and I'll continue chasing after him.
Okay, yeah, we'll say that's as far as he got for now, just to the edge, because. But then, yeah, if that is your turn, it will take us on to Jerry.
Yeah, whenever we talked about it, but how much is my walking speed as a large creature? Is it the same?
It is the same unless the spell specific says that it increases your walking speed.
Yeah, but because you are larger, it does actually, like the way it measures on a map, it does actually give you a little bit more, but not by much. It is the same walking speed, yeah.
How far away is it from me? Probably too far away.
There is one within striking distance already. There is one,
No, the one June is chasing after.
oh, that guy, yeah, he's probably way too far away, but there are two more of the big creatures that climbed out between you and them.
Yeah, I was gonna just activate my sword and start hitting them.
Yeah, they're a good 120 feet away from you, from where you are at the moment. So, yeah, whatever you'd like to do. There is one already within melee distance if you want to go for that one.
Yeah, I'm activating my blade and then attacking.
So, are you moving as you're attacking as well? Are you trying to chase after them?
Yeah, still moving forward as I'm attacking.
Okay.
Think I did it correctly. I'll divine smite as well, so that's a 4d8. There we go. 42 damage.
Holy shit. Yeah, 30 will definitely hit. What? 42?
Yep, with everything.
All right. Yeah, that one is not. It doesn't kill it, but it doesn't look like you could take another one of those.
I'll just finish it then. Another 30. 25 damage.
All right, yeah, the 25. It is looking near death at this point. I think. Yeah, it is definitely almost dead, but you can see most of its form is just sort of sloughed over onto the side. It is not looking so good.
Okay, though. I still need to add the 1d6. You forget adding. I'll use the fireball when I hit him the second time. So 3d6 damage, and if it doesn't kill it, it needs to make a strength save.
Okay, yeah.
It's a
Roll
1d6
for that. So what
slashing,
is?
just in case he's resistant to fire. I'll roll it. Like,
Yeah,
separately.
you would know that he's not resistant to fire at this point because you saw them get hit by the fireball. But that, so another 7 damage, and then a what save?
Strength save.
Okay, strength save because he is still alive.
Coo, remember that Spike has fire breath. Coo.
And
You can still
7.
cast it. Huh.
Yeah, Spike now can breathe fire while Sucker is concentrating on that. So it got a 7 on its strength save though, so it failed that.
Yeah, it's restrained now.
Okay, by fire.
By fiery shackles. Yeah, and at the end, wait, let's see. Yeah, at the start of each turn, it takes 2d6 damage and can repeat it at the end of the turn.
Okay, well, nice. It does look like it's nearly dead, so it probably won't survive that. But you do still have Spike on your turn.
Yeah, if he can hit both of them, he'll hit both of them. But if not, he'll hit the healthiest one.
Yeah,
One
he
of
can
them's
head
dead.
over. So with his teleport, he would be able to reach the other one.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, he wouldn't be able to hit them both. They're not close together. But
Yeah, so he's hitting the other one.
Okay, cool. In that case, you can. Oh, it makes a dex save, right? Or is it a
dex save? Yeah.
Dex, yeah. DC 20.
DC 20? Got a 21.
Damn it.
I'm
Well,
revealing that because that sounded like bullshit, but it's there in the chat.
All good. It takes 4 damage then.
Oh, right. Okay. Cool. So yeah, Spike flies over there and breathes fire on that one instead. Yeah, I assume he'll sort of keep his distance a little bit. He won't walk as close as I just made it look. But
I'll start chasing after the one June is chasing. He'll get opportunity attack, I think, the one next to me. Like I start moving forward.
okay, yeah, so he will take an opportunity attack then if you keep going.
Disadvantage because he's restrained.
All right, nice. Okay, so oh yeah, he definitely misses. Cool. So you manage to get out of the way as he tries to hit you, but is just pulled back by this flaming shackle that holds down what is left of its arms, and you start making your way around the crater. And yeah, that is, I think, is that going to be your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, then
That's
it is going to
okay.
be the one that is Shackled's turn. And you said, does it have to make another save, or it just takes the damage?
He takes damage, and at the end of the turn, he can take a save. It's 5 damage.
5. All right. Oh, it is still alive, but only barely. Is hanging on by a thread, this thing, and it is going to try, and as it is just trying to break free, it's going to use a feature to go just scream out, and you'll see these tentacles now that Jerry has sort of left a little gap here. You see it in full, Sakura, as it lets out this psychic scream. And all right, I was going to ask you for a wisdom save, but you managed to make it.
Somehow, damn. That was. I
As you,
even did it at disadvantage.
yeah, no, but you were already like, no, fuck this thing. But you can see it is screaming out because it is dying. It is like it has 2 hit points left and is shackled to the ground by flaming chains, and it is just trying to break free, but its form is just like dissolving in front of you as it lets out this scream. But that is pretty much all it can actually do. It is going to make an attempt to break out of that. So is that another strength save? Jerry?
Yeah, it's another strength save, yeah.
Okay, it will attempt that, and it's a 15. I don't think that's enough. It
Yeah,
is pulling that,
it's
but it is.
exactly enough.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is 15.
So yeah, you see as it lets out that scream, you see the shackles just break, and at the last moment, it kind of rips its hand free to reach out towards you, Sakura, but it kind of collapses to the ground because it's practically almost dead, and that used its whole action. And that is going to take us on to Z, who, yeah, Z is just going to try and sprint right past it and slash at its head as it falls down to the ground. I hate to steal kills with an NPC, but Z is definitely trying to save Sakura right now. Yeah. And that she does is she runs past and beheads it with one swift, fast strike. She just darts across, and you see the creature's head just fall from its body as it just falls into this muck on the ground. And Z just sheathes her sword and like tips her hat towards you, Sakura, before turning her head to look at the other one. And that is her turn. Then the other one up here, this one is going to turn towards the dog that just was breathing fire on it. And it's going to try swat Spike out of the air. Okay, first attack is a 13, which I think is a miss. Okay, second one's a 25. Not so lucky. Okay, that's 14 points of damage to Spike as he just starts swatting in the air, and as Spike is flying around trying to breathe fire on him, and he smacks Spike clean on the nose, and you just see Spike take a nosedive onto the ground, landing on his feet and wincing slightly. But that is the creature's turn, as it is then going to turn and start heading after June with its movement. And that is going to take us to the top of the round with Sakura.
June, I have to ask, how good are your deck saves?
Please don't try and put me up with a fireball. That's we've been through this. June
It's
doesn't like being hit
convenient.
with fireball.
It's convenient. I mean, they're both range 150. I mean, okay, bonus action, she'll just use her bucking to go up into the air and move towards them. So she goes like 10 feet up, which means she can move 50 feet. So it seems like she doesn't want to go near that fucking thing. She goes, yeah, spike. She could have hit them from there, but anyway. Fine. She'll cast Scorching Ray at 4th level. All 5 of the rays go towards the cultist.
Nice. I'm seeing only 2 so far.
Yeah, I don't know why.
They will both hit though.
Need 3 more.
So sorry, you said 5 were going towards the cultist, and then the rest towards the other one.
Oh no, I only have 5, so all 5 are going towards the cultist.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out why it only did. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Looks like I'm gonna have to do this one by one. So 2 more.
Yeah, do double check that it's not using a spell slot every time you do that.
Yeah, I did. I just put my spell slots back. But my
Yeah.
god, that's terrible.
But yeah, that's unlucky for the last 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first 2 hit for sure, so that is a good 17 points of fire damage, but the other 3 unfortunately are going to go wild. We'll say you were trying not to set the grass on fire again, so you fire them a little bit too high and it goes over its head, but you see these streaks of flame flying over your head as June, you were chasing after the cultist, and 2 of them strike him in the back, and you just hear this like skittering sound as it takes that damage.
She says, "See, June, I told you, Fireball would have been better."
It would be the center of it!
Hey!
Yeah.
That's
Yep,
a
well
10.
done not blowing up your friends. Australia, you're up. Sorry.
Yep, and I have a perfect plan. First, I use movement to get up to Jerry. Then, I'm using a spell to cast Dimension Door. And takes Jerry's with us, which means I can pretty much appear just in front of the cultist. With Jerry.
Alright, just give me a second, I'll move your tokens. Oh, god damn it, why did I try and get a character to run off the map? Of course, now we just... But yeah, we'll say you guys both, you arrive on basically either side, because you are in front of him.
And I think I'm just like, you're most likely not going anywhere. And that's where I end my turn.
Okay, nice. So that takes us to the cultist's turn, as it is standing there, and you two appear in front of him, and you see this creature as it is running in that direction. It doesn't slow down at all. You see that this thing is moving like very strangely as it is running along. You see it actually seems to be phasing through reality, very similar to when June uses that blink spell, but it can actually move right through you. You find out as it passes right in, right through you, Australia, and you are going to take 5 points of psychic damage. And yeah, actually, that goes for Jerry and Australia as it just rushes right through you.
Does it trigger Sentinel or not? Because it's phasing.
Well, it's not making an attack, so no, I don't think it would.
It is basically if it moves away. I'm thinking he asks if it triggers an opportunity attack.
That as well.
Well, I'm just hold on. I'm trying to decide actually whether or not it's going to disengage or try and do something, because that would determine. So I'm just reading a thing.
Is it the phantom ability?
No, it's not a phantom. Oh yes, actually, this is a good one. All right, so it is not going to disengage, so you will get that opportunity attack as it is trying to run straight through you and past you there, Jerry. So you can make that attack. And if you hit, I think you'll stop it in place, right?
Yep. And I'm divine smiting it. 35. Almost crit.
Okay. Plus 16 is, I'll never get used to that. Yeah, you hit, do the smite, and then give me the total damage.
45.
With the smite.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the first. Oh yeah, that's.
It's
So it's just
opportunity
a
attack, only
reaction.
one.
Cool. So yeah, as you see this thing start to phase through you, you just see this spark of radiant energy as it comes off your blade, and you just blast it back. You don't let it actually pass all the way through you. You guys do take that damage as it, but Jerry manages to push it back, and it is now
How much
standing.
damage was it?
You took 5 each.
Okay.
Did you already add that, Australia? Okay. Anyway, but as you basically push this thing back, and you are now you're basically blocking it there. Sorry. But it is then, as it just gets pushed back, you see it like let out this hiss at you, and you see that the face of that cultist before has been completely consumed by whatever this thing is, and it is going to start casting something on you, Jerry. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as it uses this feature. You hear this horrible clicking sound as it screeches out towards you, and yeah, wisdom save is
25.
oh shit, nice. Okay, that you will pass that then. Let me just check. Okay, yeah. So you feel this thing trying to move you with its mind, like trying to bend the space around you, but you just don't let it. You're still in your giant form, and you try and shake this off. As you are going to take 3d12 psychic damage, but that is only half of what it would have been. So let's see. Sorry. Couldn't find the d12s there for a second. That is 21 psychic damage to you there, Jerry. That's,
I'm resistant, so I'm having it again, or is it already halved?
no, that was not halved, so you will only take 11 or only 10. Right.
All right.
Okay, so then yeah, all right. So that is its feature, and then it is going to use its comet staff to make uh, 2 attacks. It's going to send 1 psychic orb towards Australia and make 1 swinging comet staff attack against June with its multi attack. That's it. Oh man, I forgot about the.
You forgot about Argo?
Yeah, I just totally. Oh shit. Okay, that's a 30 to hit you. Constitution save is.
Sure thing. I'm totally good at Constitution saves.
Oh, unlucky.
Oh wait, I'm
So
within 10 feet of. Wait, Jerry, what's the thing in
Yes.
your aura?
It is, I think it's +4, isn't it? No, wait, he's not that.
Do you have to be within 5 feet or 10 feet or something
10
like that?
feet, and then you get.
It's a +3.
it's what? Plus what?
He talks about the aura that gives +3 to saves.
Isn't it more
Yeah,
than that?
that's the 16 is still not going to be enough, unfortunately.
Oh no.
And you take that 18 points of damage. Yeah, and then you are incapacitated until the end of your next turn.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
sorry. So yeah, this thing slams you, and you just feel this like shattering, like quake through your body as it just stops you in place, and then it thrusts the spear out, and you see it blast something out of the end of it towards Estrella with its last attack. Oh, see this this attack doesn't show up on. Yeah, not everything shows up on Argos. It's because it shows them as weapons. The monster stuff, but that was another 19. But yeah, so 30 to hit. I'll reveal that one to hit
Yeah.
you, Estrella, and then you are going to take this much psychic damage. Yeah, so 28 psychic damage to you. Have you got any resistances or anything to them?
Not too psychic.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it hits you with a psychic orb. You take that damage, but it has, yeah, that one has no other effect. So uh, that is going to be its turn, taking us to June. You are incapacitated.
Yeah, so I can't do anything, but my blink spell is still in effect. So I
Just a question: does it say anything about incapacitated?
No, it does not. It just says roll d20 at the end of your turn for the duration of the spell. On a 11 or higher, you disappear from the current plane of existence and blink into the ethereal plane. That's blink, but because of my cloak, I disappear into a pocket dimension. I don't think it says
Is yeah,
anything about being
is it
incapacitated.
concentration? Is the only thing. If it's
It is.
Yeah, it is in fact concentration. No, it is maybe no, it isn't. It isn't concentration.
yeah, then you're all good. Then it's your magical cloak that's actually blinking you out. It's you can't move, but the magic of the cloak is still there.
Yeah, doesn't matter. I sit right in front of the giant monster right behind me. That's gonna be fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn
So
it,
yeah,
dice.
it will only be you start you just hope that it's going to blink you out, and you start to get movement back at the end of your turn, as it only lasts until the end of your turn. But that is yeah, you are not able to retaliate on this turn, unfortunately.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, that's a shit ability. Jerry, you're up. Um, you are currently flanking this cultist with June, and there is one of the big guys currently marching in behind.
Yeah, I'm using my bonus action to activate the blade again. Because the effect is over and I'll hit it.
Okay.
$31 to hit, 37 damage.
That misses. I'm just kidding. It's obviously fucking how much? 37.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah.
is flanking. The advantage for flanking is on both attacks or only
Yeah.
one of
Both
them?
attacks. You have this thing surrounded, and it is looking pretty badly injured at the moment.
Yeah, I forgot to add the damage again of the giant spell right now. I think I did it correctly. Let's see.
She's not incapacitated anymore. That ended at the end of her turn.
Okay, didn't add the 1d6. So
Okay, you can roll that. A 25 definitely hit.
25 to hit, 31 damage.
All right, nice. Yeah, you just start slamming this creature down into the ground. It is not looking great. Very near death at this point.
And I hope the spike will finish him. Can he even get
Okay.
there?
Did
Is he
Yeah,
you
if you
close
can
enough?
get there, you'll have to
question?
roll to try and recharge.
Oh, the blink. And it's enough. He can teleport. So he can reach with it.
Yeah,
With the blink.
then he would just be able to get in range. What is he trying to do? Is he trying to breathe fire? I mean, you are currently now in the tree line, so
Yeah, you'll just slice him with the claws.
okay, yeah, you can roll for it.
14 to hit on the first one.
That will miss.
And 23 on the second one.
That one will hit.
And 10 damage.
Okay, yeah, you see with that as he slashes at it, you see this sludge starting to just like ripple all around this creature's body. It is not quite dead yet, but you can see it's damn close.
Yeah. That's my turn.
Okay, we will be finishing at the end of this combat, I think. So, well, at midnight is where I'm aiming for. So, hopefully, your power should stay on until then.
Yeah, it's just in case I just drop out of the Discord call.
Yeah, is it load shedding?
Yeah, I don't know why it's specifically this time and not earlier today. I don't know how it works.
I mean, I think it's because most people are asleep by midnight, you know? So they assume that everyone's going to be asleep and load shedding won't affect people, you know?
In stage 2. Yeah, God damn it. All right. I'm actually supposed to be off right now, so we got lucky tonight, guys. I was supposed to go off at 10, but for some reason it hasn't gone off. Just check. So, hey, lucky us. So glad I didn't know about that before and would have cancelled this game as well. So, yeah, Jerry, you nearly kill this thing as Spike jumps onto it, and it seems to be nearly dead. But I think if that is your turn, it's going to bring us on to Z, and she is going. Sorry, was there something else you wanted to do?
No, I finished my turn. Yeah.
Okay, and she's going to use her action to just dash up there and try and chase after. Can she? No, not at range. All right, so that's her turn. She's just dashing, and the other creature is going to catch up to you guys. Yeah, it was chasing after June. It's going to go after her. Okay. Oh god, there was a crit on the first roll. Is it showing these? Oh no, I just realized they're all in private. Just so it does 17 points of damage with that first strike. The second strike. Oh, and 19 misses.
Yeah. Oh, that's a perfect opportunity. First strike slaps me on the back, and on the second strike, the tattoos on my arms, the snake comes out and actually takes the arm of this thing attacking and just holds it in place.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, yeah. As it is doing that, it did slam you with these two attacks, though. So I am going to need you to make a con saving throw as this tattoo comes up and defends it, but those strikes start to wrap around the defense, and it looks like it's trying to grab a hold of you with all of these tendrils that make up its arms.
Sure thing.
Cool. And it does manage to grab a hold of you. Oh god, that. Sorry, I keep stunning you. I feel bad as the DM, but they are trying to stop you. As this you are going to be stunned by this as. Wait, let me just double check. Oh, actually, no. If it's only if both attacks hit. I didn't see that. If both attacks hit the same target, not just that they're going for you. So actually, you are fine. You're not going to take. If it rolls damage automatically, we will add it back. I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't do
Yay!
extra damage. Okay,
My snake
sorry,
saved
that was
me.
my bad.
Woo!
So yeah, the tattoo does actually save you there, and as it tries to wrap around your arm, the snake just bites it back, and it does not manage to actually grab a hold. That is going to be its turn, bringing us to Sakura again.
Sakura is going to do another Scorching Ray at 4th level. And we'll see. She's just gonna fire them until the cultist dies and fire the rest at the thing.
Okay, yeah, well, I mean, you can split them up however you like, but so then you can roll the first ones towards. Oh, and a nat 20 on the first one.
Oh wait,
Nice.
fuck,
All
it's a
right.
critical hit. I forgot to do critical hit. So let me just do another normal. Oh fuck. So that's 16 total.
And that is enough as you just see this cultist get blasted by this beam of flame, and you just see the sort of inky black mess all over his face just getting burnt back, revealing the body of the actual cultist underneath. As you just blast him back, he falls onto the ground, and you just burn away all of that blackness as the flames fade, and you just see those shadows seem to be gone, and the body of the cultist lying there in its place. Still, well, definitely dead, but
nice.
yeah, Well,
still
then,
have.
that is the first theme.
Yeah, I still have 4 more. So I'm just gonna roll 2, 3, 4. How many of
Okay,
those hit?
and all of those will hit.
Nice. Yeah. It's with my damage rolls. Okay, the last one was fair, I guess.
Okay, so 20 fire damage then, right?
I think so. 4, 4, 8, 15, yeah. I think that will probably be her turn. Well, actually, no, she'll go a bit closer, but she's still, like, staying away. So closer in a way, but not really. It's more
Yeah.
closer to her party than to the thing.
Yeah, no, you
And
start
yeah, that's
circling around as you blast this creature in the back with a barrage of scorching rays, and you see it is definitely just burning this hole in its back as the wings are starting to like fall off. Its shoulders completely exposed, and I think that will take us on to Australia.
Yeah, let's see. Yes, let's just start with that. Let's just start with placing a hex on it. I don't know why it asks for a roll, but interesting. Just ignore that. I don't know why it asks for a roll there, because it doesn't.
Because it can do damage, I think.
Yeah.
It's fine. I understand your text, yeah.
And that hits, no damage. And let me just do the rolls to see how many hits, then I can do the dice at once. Oh well.
Cool. I love the animations. Are you guys seeing this? How
Yes,
that
I'm
one was
seeing the
fired
animation.
completely off into the trees.
It came from the trees! It came from the trees! So it takes 14 damage. That's actually impressive. With that, I'm gonna end my turn.
What? What?
7 from the 2 Eldritch Blasts, and then the Hex damage. Unless it's immune to necrotic.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. So 14, nice. Why is that not adding?
Okay, cool.
Did it do the damage to it? Oh, it did on them. Okay, cool. So just not the extra hex. Nice.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry, I was just rolling my concentration checks for my hex that I put on the cultist now, and I completely forgot about it. So I just rolled those concentration checks.
What about that? Yeah, are you moving it as it dies?
Yeah, I'm gonna move it over to the big old Cthulhu looking bro.
All right, yeah, it is double hexed.
Right, and then I'll definitely try get away from it. I'll move I'll try climb this tree right over here. Why not? You'll get a opportunity attack.
Yeah, sure, he'll swing it. Oh,
Is that nat 20? Please tell me it's nat 20.
those are nat 20.
God damn it, he hates me.
I will reveal it because you take 20 points. How the fuck? It's not letting me reveal this.
How much damage was that?
20 points. Oh, wait. What? Yeah, 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Right. I still keep the concentration up, which is good. And I climb up the tree, and then I let down a shotgun of Eldritch Blast right on top of it.
All right, yeah, go for it. As it tries to swing out at you, just managing to clip you on the way out, and you turn around, unleashing this barrage into its face. Yeah. Nice.
Normal damage roll. 11 points of damage on the first one. Second one. Hey, there we go. Another 10 points of damage. And third and last one. 25 to hit, and another 10 points of damage.
All right. Now, yeah, it looks like one more of those would probably kill it, as you just, between the Eldritch Blast from Australia and from June, once again, the bards just start blasting this thing to smithereens with Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, don't forget about
And the hex damage, that'll do
11.
it. How do you want to do this?
Yeah, that same snake that came off to defend it, that begins wrapping around the body and the hex, and that's essentially the hex that gets this thing, and it just starts wrapping around this thing, and really just starts pulling it in, and then yeah, it squishes it. It just implodes.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just see this fall to the ground into this gushing mess of aberration, blood, and goo that now seems definitely dead and no longer going to come to life as the sludge lies all around. That brings us out of combat. Congratulations. You have defeated the Starspawn. And you all get... I forget Z gets shit as well. 5,500 XP.
Is that because C is set to what's called friendly? If you set her to neutral, I don't think award XP will calculate her.
It gave me the option to give her the XP, but
What should we be on at this
should
point?
What?
What
One
should our XP be at the moment?
1,001.70.
Huh?
That was not a number. That sounded like
that was
Zuma.
some
you
Jacob
pulled
Zuma kind of shit.
Yeah, that's immediately what I thought of. I've got pretty much that 181,070.
Which is exactly what I said.
No, you said you said 1,081,000 or something.
Point 70. Which point is the
Point.
little thing between?
Oh my gosh, that was.
Listen properly.
Listen properly from the beginning.
Beninging.
Oh my god.
Sorry guys, for that can hear now. This is the first time I've actually I never thought that would come up in a D&D game. But yeah, with ESCOM and load shedding just around the corner to cut our game short, this is where we will be wrapping things up for tonight. I was hoping we'd be able to get a little bit more done, but you guys have defeated these creatures. You have stopped the fires. There is this meteorite here, which is it's probably too big to move, and is the fire seems to be slowly going out on it. It is up to you guys where you want to go from here. I will ask that before we end the session, you actually decide where you want to go. So maybe, shall we say you guys head back to the ship from here, or is there something else you want to do around the meteorite?
I mean, I kind of think Sakura would want to go to the market if she'd known about the market.
Well, where do you want to
Watering.
go from here right now? Is what that's.
Oh,
the
that's what you meant.
The ship, clearly. And
I
that seems like the safest place.
I feel like we should take care of this rock. Like, we can't just leave this here and risk more of those fucking tentacle things coming out, you know?
Yeah, probably. It's a little bit important that we try to figure out a way to stop it.
I have a solution where we still go somewhere, but we don't.
What?
It is called the Tiny Hut.
Okay.
You're saying you want to camp here for the night?
Well, that way we can look after the rock so no one steals it.
No. Yeah, Sakura does not want to camp here.
Why? This Tiny Hut is the second safest place.
What if those things come?
They can't
They
get in.
I am
They
not
can't get
risking.
in without me allowing them in.
Yeah, that's true. It's actually pretty overpowered how safe the tiny hut is.
And even if they decide to drop what's called a meteor storm on us, it's just like, oh well, we're fine.
Yeah. Anyway,
Is there still
yeah.
light coming from the meteor?
What? No, it's a spell. And spells doesn't have any effect.
I think you meant the rock.
Oh, the light. That's a good question.
Yeah, the sort of alien energy that was coming off of it before seems to be what you just fought and killed. What is coming off of the rock just seems to be some sort of cosmic radiation.
Can I use the
just sort of
drill
like-
to mine some of it?
She's like creeping closer slowly.
So you're saying that if we all touch it, we can become the Fantastic Four?
Maybe it might turn into one of those things you just fought. Who knows?
Immediately
Worth the
stopped
risk.
away.
Worth the risk.
You know, Sakura will not hesitate to kill you if you become tentacled.
Still worth the risk.
Okay, she'll say, Astrea, can we wait until after we've rested so I can disintegrate you? It'll be a lot easier for me.
Threatening to disintegrate your friends. Take a look at this guy.
Look. If she turns into one of those things, she's not my friend anymore. So no fireballing friends, no disintegrating friends. If she turns into tentacle, she's not a friend. She's... no.
Anyway, I'm gonna hop off before my power goes out, and I'm gonna switch off all the things I need to switch off. So, anyway, thanks for the game, guys.
Cheers,
Cool.
cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah,
We'll
cheers.
see you
Bye,
again
everybody.
next week.
Bye.
Indeed. Anyway, bye.
Cheers.
Can I try to mine some of the meteor with a
Yeah,
drill?
I mean, you can try how you with the drill.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are currently sort of standing on the edge there. Astrea seems like she's climbing down, so I take it you're also trying to get down in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys get down there, and this is just a massive boulder that seems to be pulsing with this purplish dust that as you walk down there you feel it washing over you, and it doesn't seem hot or cold or anything really. It seems more like an illusion than like compared to what you're used to. But yeah, you can try and mine some of it with the drill if you like. Give me how does the drill work again? I forgot.
Isn't it the athletics or something? It's actually a long time since we used it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. It doesn't show up here.
I wonder, Jerry, he should have it.
Yeah, because we used the. It'll work the same way as when you were trying to mine things in the mountain, but I can't remember what that is.
It was strange. I don't have it on the D&D Beyond sheet, and I don't have access to the other one.
It doesn't seem to be on the other one either. Okay, the. Okay, give me one second. But yeah, you can just give me an athletics check to just try and do that so long as I will figure out what the fuck happened to it. Where did it go? Oh, whatever. We'll find it another time. With an 18, yeah, you manage to get some meteorite ore as you start drilling into this thing, and it starts to collect some of this ore. But give me also an investigation check to see if all you manage to mine out of this thing is ore.
No idea.
Yeah, you just get some basic parts of this rock. You don't know anything about the geology of whatever this thing is, and you just start breaking down a nice big chunk of this.
Can Soccer investigate it for him?
You can start looking into it as well as you're approaching them. I'm sure.
11.
Okay, with a 24, because of the plus 17, yeah, you immediately get you realize that is definitely some sort of cosmic radiation coming off of it, which in D&D terms is like this is some sort of energy from the astral sea that is currently like flowing out of this, and it seems to, like, if this was in space, if this was in the astral sea where you guys were flying those ships, it would have a very different effect on its surroundings. So this is a new thing for you to see, the way it is sort of pulsing out like this, and you also get the feeling that it may not be safe. You definitely are not so are being very wary about this because of what you've seen crawl out of it. But what Jerry has gathered there, you can add meteorite ore. I'm pretty sure that is an item. But what you can tell is that in bigger chunks, this thing could probably be worth either a lot of money or worth a lot in terms of alchemical value, because yes, a space rock, like, you could do all kinds of magical things with this stuff.
But it would also be detrimental to health if you were to keep it.
So it's kryptonite.
Well, you're not entirely sure that it is safe to be in that radiation. Like, you sort of would suspect that it may turn them into tentacle monsters, as you said, but at the moment it doesn't seem to be having any effect on them. But you probably wouldn't want to expose yourself to it for very long.
She's gonna go out, but she'll ask Jerry if he can get her like a small chunk for her to study.
Yeah, I hand her a small chunk of it. The item doesn't exist on D&D Beyond.
I'm just gonna make a custom thing, just meteorite chunk.
Okay, I found the item. It is.
Maybe I wrote it
Yes.
wrong.
I don't think so. You, as a bonus action, you can target an area within a 10-foot cube of non-magical soil, sand, or rock and instantly excavate it. So to drill, you make a melee attack. So it's fine. The way you did it is fine. On a successful hit, the mineral is, or if it is at least made of minerals, what? It needs to make a con save or lose 1 AC, but that's against a creature, so you can just start mining stuff. It's much easier to mine non-magical stuff, so it would take you a while to actually drill through this, but with your previous rolls, that is enough.
Okay.
So yeah, you get a little, but it doesn't.
She'll see Estrella is still just chilling there and say, dude, well, actually, no, she doesn't say dude, I say dude. Estrella, it's not safe to be around that for long. That's cosmic radiation. It can be very detrimental to your health if you are in its proximity for elongated periods of time. I suggest you get out of there.
Yeah, what are you doing down there, Australia? And
What I
Z's
was, I
just
was,
sort of
I
peering
was,
over, trying to.
I was just looking at the rock, like, trying to see like if there was any interesting thing about it.
Yeah, you can also give me an Arcana or an Investigation check, I think.
Fuck magic.
Yeah, man, space rock. This is fucking cool. Like, glowing purple space rock is real pretty. But other than that, would probably make like you could probably make a cool poem or song about this. There's creative potential here, but you can't tell anything about the magic. And as you climb out of the hole, Z will say, "Well, I mean, we could camp out here. I don't think. I mean, I'm sure there will be plenty of people that want some of that mineral as well. But I don't know. Maybe we should like plant a flag, say that we found it first."
I mean, yeah, that works. I feel like we should take custody of it, also due to the fact that it could be dangerous and used as, I don't know, maybe warfare, which would
Oh,
be
what if
bad.
we just hide it here?
Oh no! Oh.
Wait, pardon? What did Z say?
She was about to
Hide
suggest
it.
that maybe we hide it here and then. Yeah, Australia. What do you think?
I just got a really, really horrible, potentially horrible idea. But
We're not giving it to Daichi, we're not giving it to Lady Sumihime either.
nope, it's not the idea. The idea is to cast Eldritch Blast at it and see if it reacts.
No.
Yes.
Australia, leave it alone.
No. No.
You just want to shoot it with your Eldritch blasts. Why? What are you expecting to happen?
Who knows? Maybe it explodes.
And what good would that do any of us?
We
I
figured
mean-
out the explosive.
Well, clearly that cosmic radiation has gotten to your head. You should go to bed before you do something seriously bad.
All right, Mum. We don't need to be told what to do. We're all trying to figure out what to do with the giant space rock. I mean,
Well, I mean, making it explode is definitely the lowest on our list. Well, actually, no, that's above giving it to Daichi. Just
yeah,
saying
I mean,
something.
I think if it hasn't, we already kind of did blow it up. This is only part of the rock after the blast from the observatory. So I think if it was going to explode, that might have blown it up then. But Z will take a few steps back and say, if you want to try it, go ahead.
hypothetically, could a rock like this power a titan?
So, Australia, you blast this rock just with the best. It's one of the best Eldritch blasts you've thrown for ages. You connect perfectly, and you blast into the rock, and a massive chunk of it is crushed into just smithereens, blasts everywhere. You shatter it, and there are shards that fly out into the canyon around it, but into the crater around it. But this is the same sort of effect as if you had just shot a regular boulder. It doesn't detonate. You just carve a large chunk of rock out of it, and doing so you do expose a small side of crystal actually that is sticking out from inside the rock where you have broken it apart.
Oh.
You see a little part of the rock that is more condensed than the rest that now is just glinting with that light.
Jerry, get over here. Excavate that.
Wait, it might not be safe to do that. Let me just take a look at it first. She wants to make sure that this shard is not going to, explode. Well, actually, she wants to see what it is before they get it out.
Okay, how are you doing that?
She's gonna look very closely.
All right, you can give me an investigation.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, with the 32, you can tell that it is some kind of a crystal inside the rock. It is still, for the most part, hidden by the rest of the rock, but you feel something strangely familiar about it, and it seems less nasty than the rest, but you don't actually know what this thing is. There is no way that you would know. With an investigation, you can tell that it wouldn't be that hard to get it out with Jerry's drill.
Okay. She'll say it's safe to get out. Should be fairly easy.
But yeah, you would need to identify this. You would need like magical identification. It's not just a case of
Oh, I can
this is
identify
not something that you would ever have seen before.
I have
Be
that
able to
spell.
I can identify it. She'll cast identify when Jerry's got it out.
Okay. Jerry, are you trying to mine the crystal?
Yeah. Another athletics
Yeah, give me another athletic.
or an attack.
Same difference. So attack roll plus your strength modifier, so it's
Yeah,
basically an
it's
athletic.
okay.
Alright, yeah, with 24 you are easily able to remove this shard of crystal from it and bring it back up out of the crater. And yeah, you now have this warm piece of crystal that is warm in your hand, that you can see it is glinting with all of these beautiful colors, these rich pinks and orange as you try and look through this piece of crystal, and it has this strange feeling of memory to it. Like as you're holding it, it feels like you've touched this stone before, but that definitely, you very quickly realize that is some of that energy that you have now been exposed.
Sakura is very impatient and is not going to cast it as a ritual, but just use a first level spell slot to cast identify on it.
Okay. Yeah, you identify this as a Feywild shard.
Oh, that Sounds interesting. See what it does.
So I can add that to your. I've added it to your D&D Beyond character sheet, but yeah, it's.
Oh dang it, we don't have any sorceries.
Yeah, but you do, with your identification, what you realize is that you could use this as a spellcasting focus. It is, you could use this little shard of crystal to actually cast your spells if you wanted, but yeah, a sorcerer might get more use out of it.
Well, it is very pretty. It's cool though.
Yeah. So you would also, does that tell you how much something is worth, the identify spell?
I think so. Let me check. If it is a magic item, there's properties, how to use them, whether it requires attunement, how many charges, whether any spells are affecting the item, what they are.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Well,
say
you.
it does, but I feel like if it tells you all of that, maybe it should, but I don't know.
Yeah. So you guys find a Feywild shard, and there is still quite a bit more of this boulder if you wanted to keep mining it. But Jerry, you have got some meteorite ore, which I'm pretty sure there is something on D&D Beyond, but otherwise I will add it later. And yeah, how would you guys like to? I mean, I assume everyone's going to go for a rest now. Are you going to try and camp out here, or are you going to get back to the ship? I will remind you that Jerry picked up the ship and brought it here. It's not far away.
Okay.
It's like parked in the sky near you, I assume.
I think Sakura would prefer to sleep on this ship. She'll collect a few more shards that Estrella kind of dislodged. She's gonna study them closely and whatnot. And I think then she'll go up to the ship for a long rest. This rock is nice and it's really pretty, and its radiation is great. But I mean, I kind of don't really feel safe with it down here, so I think I'm just gonna go up to this ship. But feel free to stay down here if you like. Anyway, night. And she'll use her last charge of her bucking for the day to fly up to the ship.
All right.
Yeah, I'll sleep on the ship as well. I'll leave it on the ground, but I'll sleep there.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can basically keep the ship right above this area. If everyone wants to do that, Z will also say, "All right, yeah, let's go up there." But maybe, how long does that dome last of yours, Australia?
About 8 hours.
Well, can you cast it over this crater? Because that way no one would be able to just walk into the crater either.
If I use the rock as the focus, then yes.
Oh, that's actually a good point. If that rock is magical, yeah, let's try it. You can give an Arcana check if you want to try and do that to cast that spell, but using the actual meteor itself to create like a bubble around it, where your bathhouse would be inside there, but you don't necessarily have to be in there yourself. Yeah, on your own, it doesn't look like you're getting it right so much, but we'll say Z will give you the help action. You can have advantage on that.
Ah, you don't have that. Sadly. Yeah.
No. Okay, yeah, with a 13, you create this shimmering dome around the rock, but you can see it sort of pulsing every time that the meteor pulses. You can see from the inside there's like this light expanding. So you have successfully cast the dome around the stone, but if you actually tried to go in there, you would now be like, that would be taking up the entire bathhouse. It's you have put that thing into the space, but in doing so, you have essentially created a little shield around it for the next 8 hours, and no one should be able to get to it.
Yay. Then back to the ship. And then it's time to read.
All right, and that is where we will leave things off tonight, as you guys will head back to the ship. Lady Sumihime will come up with she will show you, Jerry, during the night. She'll come up to you and show you this broken compass that she found, that you probably came across when you were looting the ship, but assumed it was broken. And she will show you there are 2 orcish symbols on the back of it, and she will say, I think we might want to look into this. And also, for the rest of you, well, for everyone, never mind, I'll tell you in the morning, and we will pick things up again next week.
Awesome. Thanks for the
Yeah.
game.
Thank you. I'm going
Awesome
to sleep, so good night, everyone.
Yeah, I'm also gonna head off. But thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow, Dev. Wait, fuck,
Cool.
that's today.
Yeah.
See you later today.